Oh no!
We're here.
Shit!
We did it.
We're
Fucking A.
here!
We did
Oh
it.
my gosh! The world is coming to an end. People don't know what's going on anymore. Oh my gosh, we're all gonna die.
Did you get a haircut, pal?
Yeah, now I just need a real job.
Oh,
Yeah. Woo, woo, woo.
Well, I mean, it's a good looking haircut though. I'll say that.
Is it though?
Yeah, I just envy you who has hair now. So it's just like I'm like, yeah, look at that hair you got going on. I went one of my team meetings today. Apparently everyone in my department who's a male is all bald. We all are head shaved. So I was like, if
Oh
we ever
my
get anyone,
gosh.
I was like, we anyone else, we have to ask them in the interview, are you attached to the hair on your head? Like, you're gonna have to shave it if you join us.
You gotta shave the head, buddy.
Yeah,
You now
yeah,
work here.
yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta be bald
One
like the
of
rest
us.
of us.
One of us. Yeah.
One of us. Of us. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, so we're gonna review two
They
movies
say
tonight.
ooze or goo.
One I'm super excited about. Huh?
Did they say ooze or goo in there?
We said ooze,
Okay.
not goo. You know that. I know that. The
All right,
people all around us know that. Why are you the only person that got this wrong? I'm definitely never going to a trivia contest with you.
Oh, at least the Marvel one. I'm pretty good. I mean, every time I watch Jeopardy, I do pretty well.
You think you could get it in the Marvel trivia, trivia?
No, you could do it though. You do Marvel
No, I
trivia.
can do a lot. I can do a lot of different ones. There's one that we played recently called Singo, where it's bingo, but it's songs, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I did that one, and I wasn't even using a Shazam. And then I noticed everybody else was using a Shazam. So I was like, okay, well, I'll use the Shazam too, man.
It's cheating,
I think we're
though,
off
right? Isn't it?
for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, it is cheating. I think we're off.
Okay.
1.
2.
Yeah, exactly. That's how long it took you. 1.
Okay. 2.
Yeah, okay. How about you reboot really quick like Chris? Come in and come out, and we'll get this thing started. Sorry about that, people that are watching. We do transfer. I am from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Chris is from Kansas City. Sometimes we have to reboot a little bit, so we're on target. All right, 1,
2,
3,
4.
There we go. We're on key. All
Good
right.
enough.
So we have to do that sometimes, guys, just because it just doesn't come across.
Just so you guys know, if you guys listen to this on the podcast, it's not even an issue.
Yeah. When we this is all so Chris can record it, edit it, and then put it over in his world. I just like the video part of it because I like when people can jump in and fuck up Chris's day. So
it happens all the time.
Oh my gosh. You know what I've come to realize, Chris?
Mm.
I've come to realize that I love any villain dressed in purple and green.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, welcome to a new episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And today we are talking 2 movies. One movie I'm so super excited to talk about. That's right. Brought to you by Apple TV. Came out February 17th, featuring the one and only Sebastian Stan.
Hey, how are you? Still angry. At least try the cake.
I need a shower.
Alone? It's a joke. It was a stupid joke. I'm trying, I'm trying to Trying to make you laugh and it's not working. Can you just give me one smile, please? Just one.
It's from Fresh. That's
I
not
know
really-
that's why I grabbed it. I grabbed it for you. I could have grabbed any Winter Soldier thing. I could have grabbed anything, but I know Fresh is one of your favorite movies of all time. So
Mhm.
yes, I grabbed that
last
clip
year, not this whole time. Maybe top 50. maybe top 100.
specifically for you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You need to talk to your mic louder or something, bro. Because you are so
Okay,
quiet.
oh,
and I got
there we
you.
go,
I got
there we
you
go.
higher
Is
than
that
I
better?
normally. There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah, dude. Learn how to talk in your microphone, you son of a bitch. Anyway,
I just turned to okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you. Sorry, guys. I josh him all the time like this. Also in this movie, the wonderful Justice Smith.
What's going on with our friendly next door neighbors?
Really? This is gonna be a thing?
Look, they're just like us.
They're nothing like us. They're way cooler.
Yeah.
Hey, stop being so obvious.
Oh, okay. Secret time. Ooh. How do we become their friends?
You want to become BFFs with the neighbors we now seem to be stalking.
Yeah, why not? But that sake he's drinking is top shelf. He could pour me some, and I could pretend to know the difference. And then she could show you all the cute boutiques to shop at in the neighborhood.
Yeah, because all girls do is shop.
Okay, fine. I'll learn about the boutiques and shit.
So Justice Smith, he has a voice where he sounds like he's trying to go lower, but that's just the way his register
That's
is.
the way he talks. That's just the way he talks.
Yeah.
All right. Also in the movie Sharper, one of the main roles, Julianne Moore.
I got lost while I was running on campus a while ago, and I can't remember appointments, words.
Honey, we all have memory lapses. That's a sign of getting older. The other day, I couldn't remember the word glucose.
It's not like that. It's like something just drops out.
But there is no diagnosis yet.
No.
Okay. Well, then I think that this is ridiculous. It's complete bullshit. You don't have
Damn
Alzheimer's.
it!
That is-
Why won't you take me seriously? No, I know what I'm feeling. I know what it's feeling, and it feels like my brain is fucking dying, and everything I've worked for in my entire life is going. It's all going.
So that's from Still Alice, a very tough movie to watch, but very good.
Very tough movie to watch, but that is the one that got her the Oscar. So
Yeah, it's amazing. She's amazing.
it's an
in it.
amazing movie. So that's the one I had to pull just to give.
Wait, you didn't
Julianne
want
Moore.
to? You didn't want to do the book dance one where she tells Dirk Diggler to dump it in her?
Yeah. Just go ahead and come in me. It's fine.
You sure I'm fixed? Yeah.
I'm fixed. It's okay. No, I did not want to do that.
Okay.
And I did not want to do Carrie, the remake.
Okay.
If
for
you remember that. We don't
Yeah.
talk about that. Anyway,
Mhm.
and then also in Sharper, one of my favorite actors with the first name John, probably in the top 5 actors with the name John,
Probably.
right?
Yeah.
Top
What other
5
ones?
because John Goodman,
Yeah.
John Cusack,
John Malkovich. Right?
John Malkovich,
Yeah.
John Belushi, John Lithgow, right?
Well, I guess, Mr. Chairman, that first I'd pay a visit to your house.
To thank me, I suppose.
No. To fuck your wife. And your daughter. Hell, maybe even your dog.
I don't think that's funny.
Then you'll probably hate this. The last time I held a gun in this hand, a young man took off all his clothes for me. This time it's your turn, right? So come on!
Yeah, John Lithgow, Ricochet.
Ricochet, dude. Like literally, it is like I have seen. There's so many John Lithgow movies and shows out there in the world, and I mean, usually he's doing comedy. He does a lot of like he did Third Rock and stuff like that.
Dramatic
But-
acting too, like Shakespeare type shit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also he's famous for being the father in Footloose. But I mean,
Dexter.
his scary shit that he
Yeah.
did, like when he's the Trinity Killer and
Oh, man.
Dexter, when Raising Cain, Ricochet there with Denzel Washington from the late '80s, early '90s, like
1990.
was it 1990?
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally those movies when John Lithgow is out there being crazy is the ones I go. So the first movie we're going to review tonight is Sharper, which is available on the Apple Plus TV now.
Oh, in some theaters. In some theaters.
And in some theaters too, as
Yeah.
of February 10th. Someone says hi. Hi, can you read that name?
Yeah, I can read that name. That is Oni Ronin. Hi, hi Oni.
Yeah, I do too. All right. So the second movie, of course, we're going to review because I am the biggest comic book nerd. If you don't know about this about me, and you're watching, like there's several viewers now, this whole filing cabinet and these shelves are only part of my comic book collection. Like, I am a comic book fanatic, so I cannot wait to talk about one of my favorite villains in the history of man, Kang, and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, featuring a guy who grew up literally within 3 miles of your house, Paul Rudd.
Sweetheart, listen to me. Listen to me. You are tripping your balls off.
I can fly. I believe I can fly, George.
Metaphorically, I believe you can fly. Literally, you can't fly.
I believe I can fly.
You know what? If you're going to get literal with an R. Kelly song, let's do Trapped in the Closet. You can't break your neck if you're trapped in the closet.
You just watch me.
No.
Watch me, George.
No.
I believe I can
No,
fly.
no, stop!
That's from Wanderlust, right? Or is that?
Wanderlust, yes,
Okay,
of course.
okay.
Because I figured, you know what? Everybody knows him from Anchorman. Everybody knows I Love You, Man. Everybody knows Role Model. Everybody knows Clueless. Let's put some light on some of his work that nobody has really watched a lot of.
Wanderlust is it's a little understated movie. You know,
Yeah, it is. I was a fan of it when it came out. Also in this movie, the wonderful whose names did I pick on this one?
Catherine Newton.
Catherine Newton playing Casey Lang for her first
Can I
time.
borrow the car? No.
Bitch!
I will give you the money for a taxi. If you ask me nicely, don't call me a bitch.
Why'd you make me ask you to borrow it if he was never gonna let me borrow it?
Because it was funny. Because you've been smoking pot all day.
You were such a hypocrite.
Hypocrite?
Yeah.
How?
You drove drunk with us in the car when we were kids.
What are you talking about?
Daddy told me.
When'd you see him?
Don't change the subject. Did you or did you not drive drunk with us in the car when we were kids?
Once, maybe.
Okay, once.
When he was in the middle of beating the shit out of me.
Which we've only got your word about, right?
Angela, for Christ's sakes.
Why are you never on my side, Robbie?
I'm always on your side when you're not being a cunt.
Hey! There will be no more cunts in this house. You got that, mister?
What, are you moving out?
Ooh, burn!
Ooh, burn!
From three billboards outside Edmond, Missouri. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she was also in so many other good movies. She was in the first movie we ever reviewed, Lady Bird. She was also in Blockers or Cock Blockers, whatever. Pokemon Detective Pikachu, Society, the TV series.
But not in not in any other Ant-Man, though.
No. That's because they knew they're going to make the young. I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I'll tell you the deets on that later on when we get to the spoiler part of the show.
Yeah.
Who's the other one I picked for this? Michelle Pfeiffer, didn't I? Did I grab a Michelle Pfeiffer for this one? Yes, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Learning is the prize. Yeah. Knowing how to read something and understand it is the prize. Okay? Knowing how to think is the prize.
I know how to think right now.
Okay. Well, you know how to run too, but not the way you could run if you trained. You know, the mind is like a muscle. Okay? And if you want it to be really powerful, you got to work it out. Okay? Each new fact gives you another choice. Each new idea builds another muscle. Okay? And it's those muscles that are going to make you really strong. Those are your weapons. And in this unsafe world, I want to arm you.
For Dangerous Minds, a movie came out, made Coolio pretty famous for Gangster's Paradise. But
dude, the whole movie was awesome. I read the book, and the book was I can't remember the name of the book now, but yeah, I read the book.
But it's a little white saviorish though. It's a little white saviorish.
That's the problem. She wasn't white. She was Latino.
But in the movie, she was white.
See, they got Michelle Pfeiffer, where she was like, "Hey,
why the fuck did they do that?"
I have no idea. Because it's Michelle Pfeiffer, and she's cool. And last but not least, the guy playing the main guy in this movie. It should have been called King's movie featuring Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania. the one, the only Jonathan Majors.
Eons ago, before the TVA, a variant of myself lived on Earth in the 31st century. He was a scientist, and he discovered that there were universes stacked on top of his own. At the same time, other versions of us were learning the same thing. Naturally, they made contact, and for a while, there was peace. Narcissistic, self-congratulatory peace. I love your shoes. I love your hair. Oh, man. Nice nose. Thanks, man. Etc. They shared technology and knowledge, using the best of their universes to improve the others. However, not every version of me was so pure of heart. Some of us, new worlds meant only one thing: new lands to be conquered.
From King from Loki, right?
Actually, he wasn't king. He wasn't king. He was He Who Remains.
But that.
Wait for the spoilers part.
Okay. So
we'll talk,
just
we'll
real
talk
quick.
all about King, because believe me, guys, one of my first toys in 1984 was a King action figure, and I didn't know who the hell he was. I just saw this guy with a purple, like I'll show you exactly the toy. Like literally, it was a toy that like it literally, that's what it looked like, and I had no idea what that was. You know, as being a 4-year-old or being a 5-year-old, 4-year-old, whatever age I was playing it at. But I didn't know what that was. I saw he had a gun and he had kind of a robot face. So I was kind of like, cool. But I had no idea what that was. So
I want to buy that apple that He Who Remains took a bite of. And that looks pretty good, man. It's like golden apple. It's like, yeah, I want to try
I
it
like
out.
golden apples. But anyway, that is the big movie we're going to talk about. And by any means, at the end, we are going to do a spoiler part where we're going to give you time to get off of the podcast, get off of the vlog, whatever. Just jump out, because I'm going to tell you all the info. Because literally, besides the Joker, this is literally one of my favorite villains in the history of comic books. In fact, I am now thinking about getting a King the Conqueror tattoo.
Oh, wow.
Like I am, and Jonathan Majors does a great job. So I am very happy about talking about this in a little bit.
Okay.
Chris.
So you can find us, you can find us on movies. Yeah. Okay.
Chris.
Excuse me. I'll cut that up.
Where can they find us?
You can find us online, moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're on w2mnet.com. Search our podcast there, and you'll be able to find us and a bunch of other cool podcasts. Our friend Mark Radowich on there does like 6 of them. Also, you can find us on Instagram at NTSPod. At NTSPod. We're also on Twitter at NTSPod. We're in Bonfire, Search Movies Don't Suck, and something you'll do, you'll find shirts with our logo on it and some stuff Neil has made. You guys want to show us some shekels? Neil Patreon.com/movies.suck. Or if you look at the top left-hand corner of the screen there, there's a QR code and just human money. You know, because we do this
for no
for free.
reason at all. If you just want to donate human money to us.
If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe. Watch us on Facebook, like that page. If you're listening to us on Spotify, subscribe. That would be pretty helpful. Or Apple. And everywhere you find podcasts, you'll find movies that don't suck and some that do. Neil, who are we talking about today?
Today we're going to do it. We love promoting local businesses, local restaurants, local shops, local whatever. If you know somebody that has a local shop, send us the info. We want to advertise them on our podcast. So today what we're going to talk about, Chris, I'm not lying to you and me, and we have found the best restaurant in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It is a hidden gem called Margaret's German Restaurant.
Ooh, they got schnitzel there, huh?
Dude, the inside of this place, old school. They got old school Bavarian cream, like food and stuff like that. All these recipes are handed down through generations. This is the cabbage roll that I had that was ridiculous to eat. There's your schnitzel right there with your homemade potatoes.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. Oh, look at this huge beer. See that? See that huge beer? It makes this
Yeah.
beer that I'm holding right here, that makes this look tiny. I couldn't even pick that up with one hand.
Just a stein, a giant stein.
Yeah. The giant stein. Now, they're fresh German food, bursting with authentic flavors. This is what Margaret's German restaurant has to offer, serving Tulsa, Oklahoma, and surrounding areas since 1989. They provide great tasting food that's prepared daily with the highest quality of ingredients. Come out and treat yourself today with a satisfying homemade meal from their delicious menu of authentic German dishes. And MGR, you are sure to enjoy great food, casual atmosphere, friendly service, and affordable prices. Take your taste buds on an unforgettable culinary journey at Margaret's German Restaurant, where Oktoberfest lasts all year long. Dude, we had this wonderful waitress, right?
Yeah.
She was so super nice. She was helping us with the menu and everything. Come to find out, she's the owner.
Oh, nice.
Our waitress was the owner. She just bought it. It just got passed down to her. It's hidden. Like, this
Yeah.
restaurant's hidden. You have to go look for it.
Yeah.
You will not drive down the road and like, oh, there's Margaret's German restaurant.
Yeah.
No, you have to go and find it like it's in a shopping center area that you have
Yeah.
to kind of go drive and go behind like the
Yeah.
building to find it. And we were just like looking for something to eat, and we were just driving past, and I saw German restaurant. And I'm like, oh yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, me and my wife have not been stopped talking about it since the beginning
Awesome.
of eating there. So Margaret's German restaurant. If you don't have time to go down to their restaurant itself, I think I am hooking them up with the Oktoberfest people. So if you're in here in Tulsa during the weekend before Halloween for Oktoberfest, I believe they might be out there. If you see it, if you see the name, if you have a chance, seriously, I am not kidding. Some of the best homemade food I have had in a restaurant ever.
Good.
I mean,
I'm
I'll put it
excited.
in my top 10. I'd put it in my top 10 of
Jeez,
homemade
dude.
restaurants
Maybe you
ever.
have to go there when we come there. Next
Dude,
time.
yeah, you're gonna have gas for the next 2 days because it's cabbage and
Yeah, sure.
sausage.
All about it.
We'll open a lot of windows. Open a lot of windows. But are you ready for this? Because let's talk about Sharper.
Sharper, directed. Well, yeah, Sharper is directed by Benjamin Caron. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Benjamin Caron directed Sharper, and he did 3 episodes of Andor, which is probably one of the best movie shows on Marvel or Disney Plus, right? Andor.
Yeah.
Also, he directed 1 episode of Sherlock, 11 episodes of the Crown, and this is his. It was like this being his first feature film. This stars Justice Smith as Tom.
What's going on with our friendly next door neighbors?
Brianna Middleton as Sandra. I know it was hard to find a clip for her, so sorry, Brianna. Sebastian Stan as Max.
Hey, how are you?
Also, we got Julianne Moore as Madeline.
I got lost while I was running on campus a while ago, and I can't remember appointments.
Also, John Lithgow as Richard Hobbs.
Well, I guess, Mr. Chairman, that first I'd pay a visit to your house.
Also, this stars Hannah Dune as Brenda, Julian Giello as Jack, Philip Johnson Richardson as Tipsy, and Carrie Flanagan as LaRusso, and Samara Joy is in this. Is the Grammy Award winner Samara Joy's in this. Why don't you read the storyline for this one?
Oh, sure. We'd be more than happy to. Motivations are suspect and expectations are turned chaos as a con artist takes on Manhattan billionaires.
That is a poor description for this movie.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? We'll go with it.
Okay.
All right. So do you want to jump into this one or do you want me to go first?
You start first.
Okay.
Yeah,
because you're going to go first on the other one and then I'm going to take it over for like an hour.
Yeah. Sure.
Anyway, this movie is a con artist who's done it.
Yeah, it's a caper. It's a caper for sure.
Yeah, it's a caper movie. And it's now one, it is what is called neo-noir. Now, if you
Yeah.
don't know what a neo-noir film is, here it is. I gave you a good explanation for it. It means indicating sinister stories, often presented in a shadowy cinematography style, which is based after 1940s and 1960s, where it originally came up. Now, this movie has that feel to it, has a dark tone to it. You feel like something's going to happen the entire time you're watching this movie. And their storyline about following this and going along with what it is the way you do it is you're following a single character. They put it in chapters.
Yeah, and that's my favorite
And
part about how this was made too.
Yeah.
Like they could have told the story straight up and it would kind of suck, but the way they did it in chapters, like it really puts it in a neat perspective. And even like some movies, they'll be like, let's go back and see it from this point of view. No, they make it to where it's not boring at any point. You're not retreading plot lines from the last chapter. You know what I mean? It's more
Right.
like it's more like connecting it. You know, and so yeah, man. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so like the relationship between characters and the twist on the relationship between characters throughout this movie keeps it compelling, keeps it going, keeps the story going. And to be honest, by the end of the movie, you don't know who's screwing over who, when, where, and what's really kind of going
But
on.
Neil, you are a person who is notorious for being able to figure out ahead of time any sort of twist. So were you fooled at this at any point?
There was one thing I didn't really catch.
Okay.
There's one thing I didn't catch, and then
Yeah.
when I caught that, it kind of gave me the domino effect.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without giving a spoiler on this, because we're going to spoil the next movie, so we're not spoiling
Okay.
this one for
Yeah,
you guys. But there is something I caught, and as soon as I caught it, there's a certain line that I was just like,
yeah.
I see exactly what's going to happen now.
So I didn't try to figure it out. I let it just happen to me. And I like this movie quite a bit.
Well, I don't the thing is I'm never really looking for it.
It
My thing is my brain just like works that way where
Yeah.
like I'm always looking for what's the catch,
Mhm.
you know? And I don't know why that's the way my brain works, but that it just happened with this. It was just like, man, I'm very interested in seeing where this goes. And everybody was playing everybody in this movie.
Yeah. 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 It's a fun movie. It's a lot of fun, I think. Like honestly, like this movie it had this, Sebastian Stan was just a great douchebag.
That's the thing about Sebastian Stan. Like he can be the greatest good guy, baby face, love interest in one movie, and then the next movie he can be the ultimate douchebag bad guy. Like example, one of your favorite movies, or and mine too. I mean, of last year, Fresh,
Yeah.
which is a great movie, and he's a total likable douchebag. But then you have him as Bucky Barnes as Winter Soldier, where he's like a badass and like, it's like, is there anything
But
he can't do?
there's something that's always he can be a good guy and a bad guy, but he's always handsome. He's always very handsome. He's always very good looking.
I
So
see Sebastian Stan as the replacement for Paul Rudd. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I think Sebastian has a bit more of a bad boy side than Paul Rudd has.
So maybe more of a John Cusack.
Maybe, but
Maybe
sharper, man.
He's the action star version of John Cusack.
Yeah, he couldn't really. He tried a little bit, but it didn't work out for John Cusack being an action star. But he's, always whatever.
But John Lithgow played his part really well. I mean,
it's 77. That's good.
Yeah, there's a scene that he did that I was like, oh my God, I love you and hate you at the same time right now, dude. You are such a douchebag. I get that that's the character.
Yeah.
At least he wasn't talking to his penis.
Right. I mean, who doesn't?
Sebastian Stan's really good at talking his puppet penis. Oh, you didn't see that, did you? You didn't see the Tommy Lee. The Tommy Lee,
No.
Pamela Lee sex tape thing.
Oh,
There's a
wait.
scene in that show where his penis, because Tommy Lee talks to his cock and his cock answers him all the time.
Okay. I mean, it's big enough. So no, but this movie also it's very stylish. It's snappy. You know, you never really bored at that point. Every actor in it's fantastic. Honestly, everyone's been great. I couldn't find anyone I didn't like. But at the end, I found myself like at the end of it. I don't know if this has much rewatchability.
I mean, to be honest, it's not like Glass Onion or anything like that. You know, it's not like Glass Onion or Knives Out. Um um is that Byford the Hobbit? Just said that we're his favorite channel. He never misses a video. That's awesome. We
I
do
hope
have
that's true.
almost 100 subscribers at this point. You know that, right? On
Yeah,
YouTube.
that's I mean that's nice. Thanks, Bifer.
Yeah. But anyway, so anyway, yeah, this is just this is a good one-off. You're not gonna I mean, it wasn't that long. It wasn't like a 3-hour movie. I think it was just like a 2-hour, if that. Yeah, it's about a 2-hour movie. And to be honest, they keep it captivating enough. By any means, do I think this is gonna win anybody any Oscars?
No.
But this was one that Julianne Moore had a big you know, she wanted to make this movie. She's the
Yeah.
producer of this movie, Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
And it was on the blacklist, which I don't know if you know this, but the blacklist in Hollywood, it's been going on since like 2005. It's like all these screenplays that people read that never get made into movies. And she's like, I want this one to be made into a movie. And to be honest, I think they kind of knocked it out of the park. By any means, I'm not saying this is the thing that's going to change the world, but you know, in like a year or two, someone's like, hey, I'm going to put on Sharper. I've never seen this before. I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that movie. It's a good movie.
I can see that sort of being like I don't want to say cult classic because it's not really a cult movie, but I can see it gaining steam over time because I liked it like that. Like that, our acting was great. The cinematography was beautiful shots of the city, you know. And at no point like did I feel like I never thought they were treating me like I never felt like they had to hold my hand through it. Like everything was and everything was revealed in the perfect way, and it was I smiled quite a few times like, oh, that's clever. It's a very clever movie.
Yeah, it's a very clever movie, and that's what I like about it. Like it kind of made me feel like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm down for this.
It does
I'm
play with your emotions a bit. It does play with your emotions a bit. But yeah, I was all about Sharper. So guys, if you guys want to see this, it's in theaters, or you can if you have an Apple Plus subscription or TV subscription, it's right there for you, waiting for you. A24 directed, so it's obviously it's got mostly quality. I say everything about A24 is a home run, but this one is a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I mean, it like I said, it was a decent movie. I'm not saying it's like the next, you know, it's not Citizen Kane, you know.
Yeah.
But
I think I've said all I can really say about this. It was like again, this movie we cannot talk about.
Let's move on to it. You quotes from the movie Sharper. You probably have a boyfriend. No, I just like being single. Have you ever had your heart broken? Oh, is she literally your dream girl? I can't take your money. Why not? It's only $350,000. I wish somebody would say that to me once, just once in my life. You're shaking her down. I watch you do it to parolees all night long. What's your favorite movie? Titanic. Who says that? Really?
You hate Titanic. I know that's one of the movies you hate that people like. You talked
It's the
about
worst movie
Titanic.
ever.
You cheered when
The
Jack
boat
died,
sank,
right?
Get over it. See the guy at the bar? Get him to take you back to his room. Yeah, 45 minutes. Wait a minute. What happened? What's going on here? Are you fucking him? Here's a public figure. He's a public figure. Anything you want to know, just Google it. You came up to me and you offered me cocaine. Let me teach you a lesson, son. If you're going to steal, steal a lot. Why do I like you? Because I give you what you want. I didn't get where I am I didn't get where I'm at because I made bad investments. Not bad for a trophy wife, huh? It's not your problem. You're not my mom. No, if I was your mom, I would tell you to grow the fuck up. I want to see him. I want to show him what he did to me. You took everything from me. I got a quick question. Where is my money? That's it. That's all of them. That's it, bro.
All right, man. My score on this is a 3.89. Like, it's not gonna change the world, but it's a very good way to spend the afternoon.
Shit, how many pages of Ant-Man did I write? What? Sorry, I just noticed how many pages of Ant-Man I wrote. What was your score, bro?
3.9. It's a good movie, but it's not to change the world. But it's a fine way to spend the afternoon.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Made me happy. Yeah, I'd easily give it a 3.9. I'll go with that.
Okay.
I'll go with that
sounds
all day.
good. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Like, I like the acting. I like I like I mean I don't know what to say. Yeah, I like the story. It was compelling. It was like, hey, here's the thing. And I like it.
Okay. All right. Now I'm on RottenTomatoes.com.
That's
What's
all I
the
got.
audience score? What's the audience score for Sharper?
You guys can now guess the Rotten score, the Rotten Tomato score, and I'm gonna say for Sharper, by the audience is gonna be a 74.
71. Motherfucker, that's right. 74%.
Shut up! Really?
Nice.
Yeah! All right.
All right, man. I'm on.
I'm gonna get the.
I'm on. That was the Crave score.
Right, I'm
for,
gonna get the next and completely get wrong.
Was the audience?
65.
71. 71.
71. 71.
Criticism is, although it never comes close to the classic capers it seeks to emulate, Sharper is just sleek and clever enough to pass the time. And that's basically what I said about it. So, but I think it's a little better than 71. Personally, I think I like this movie, and this that's like a C. Over here, it's probably B plus for me. But yeah, I like that. I like Sharper quite a bit. So yeah, you guys, if you guys have Apple Plus, there's worse ways to spend an afternoon than watching Sharper. All right, man. You good? You ready for
right.
news? Or let's do some news.
All right, what are we talking about? What are we doing?
We're doing news now.
What's that? Is there news? This is the Movies Don't Suck and some of the news. I read Chris a bunch of headlines from the wonderful thing called the internet because Chris does not have a good modem.
That's right. All right, man. Let's do this.
Yeah, dude, you didn't even give me a chance to like take a sip of a beer, man.
I'm
No,
sorry,
you're just being cruel. Just wait. Damn.
Man.
I need alcohol in me to you about this stuff.
It's okay. Sorry, it's hard to tell stuff to me. I know.
You're delayed again. Anyway.
Okay. You want to leave and come back?
You're delayed again.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Do it really quick before the news segment. I'm sorry for the people that are watching. This happens sometimes. Or Chris's our internet connection gets crappy. All of this is going to be cut out if you go to the podcast itself. If you go to any one of the live podcast, if you go to any one of the podcast Monday, which is the same thing that we're right now, but just edited it a little bit. 1,
2,
1,
2,
3,
4,
All right, we're still off a little, but
Oh,
whatever.
you try leaving, come back.
Oh my god, I know, but I'm
I'll
the
be
guy
here.
running everything.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be here.
No, you
You're
won't.
saying bye for the Hobbit. I guess Neil's it could be Neil's issue. Man, this was so much easier than we did it together, but it does sound better, I think personally. And we now have like props, and we're on the YouTube, I guess, if you guys watch it, or you can listen to it. Yeah. One. Hello, Neil, you there? Neil left again. I don't know what happened to him, but he'll be back soon. And he's got news for me, and
I
it's been
didn't
good times
leave.
for all of us.
I'm here.
If you guys have any questions, I can definitely answer those right now.
Here, my computer's loading up really slowly.
One.
Are you there? 2.
Yeah, 1, 3,
2, 4,
3,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's just do this.
Are we
Okay.
good? Are we good? You got it? Can you answer me? Are we good or what?
Yeah, we're good. I think we're good.
All right, good. Stop counting to me. All right, anyway. Let's. All right. All right, first news story of the day. Ryan Reynolds to star in a boy band comedy movie with frequent collaborator Sean Levy. Now, we don't have any information as the movie's going to be a boy band reunion movie. Ryan, what more do you need?
I mean, he's gonna be like, so it's gonna be like New Kids on the Block, but like reunion because he's 40 something, right?
All the information we have is it's a bad boy band reunion movie. You ask questions and you don't listen to what I say to you. Gosh dang it. All right, let's move on.
All right, let's move on.
All right. Boss charges got downgraded and will not have the 5-year prison sentence on it for fatally shooting Helena Hutchins on set.
What was it downgraded to?
On Friday, the district court attorney downgraded the second of 2 charges, which include a firearm enhancement. The charge lawyers for Baldwin and Gertzie Reed argued in a motion filed earlier the month was based on the New Mexico law that passed following Helena Hutchinson's death on the Bonanza Creek Ranch.
Okay, well, I'm still waiting for that. We'll see what the trial happens, how that where it shakes out. Surprised they're still moving forward with the movie though. I gotta be honest. So it comes out, it's just me like,
yeah,
this movie where people died on it. How Baldwin fired a gun and killed people, and that's that movie.
Hey, do you know Dave Bautista?
Yeah, the best actor, best return actor. Right?
Right. All right.
Yeah,
Dave Bautista is now back into the spy business and making a sequel of the 2020 comedy My Spy set at Amazon. It's called My Spy, The Eternal City. Is casting up is head towards a production start date for this month. So far, Anna Faris, Craig Robinson, and Fula Borg is added to the to the franchise. Billy Barrett, Tahoe, Kay Nicole, Corey DeMann, Noah Dalton Danby, and Deborah Rogers are also joining this time around. Returning stars includes Batista, J.J. Cole Coleman, Kristen
Shaw. Shaw. Okay, well, I'm really glad that Kristen Shaw's new. Like, that's who I was worried about not coming back, and because she's great and everything. I love Kristen Shaw.
Matt Damon is developing a project about the Ukraine conflict.
Can't you wait till it's fucking over? Like, can you do that? Like, so it's a documentary. I'm gonna guess, or maybe like a series.
He said on a question about Sean Penn Ukrainian documentary Superpower, Damien announced that he is developing a project about the Ukrainian war and appointed someone to research it. However, he did not give much detail on the project this far.
Okay, whatever.
I mean, if you're going to get someone to play the president of the Ukraine, Matt Damon kind of looked like him. If you
A
do
little bit.
Hollywood look alike,
I think Damon, Matt Damon, he'd have to go a little dad bod for it, but like I think he could do it.
Matthew Lillard.
Oh yeah,
has started filming this week for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, is he starring in it or is he writing, directing? I forgot what
He's
his
the
role in
main
it
villain.
was.
Yeah, he's the main villain.
Oh.
He's the main villain, William Afton.
Okay, cool. Have you played the game yet?
Nice. Huh? They don't
played
have
the
a
game
date yet.
Okay.
No, I've downloaded it like so many different times and I never get to play it. I never try. Takiti Wahidi's
Taika
I'm just
Waititi.
kidding.
Waititi.
Taika.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taika Waititi is still getting the green light on his Disney Star Wars film, even though they're doing a bunch of cutbacks over there in the Disneyland.
Well, I mean, the Disney landscape, not Disneyland in California, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And so it doesn't give us more about what it's about, but that's it. That's all we got. But he's still
All right,
getting
we'll
the
see you
movie.
guys
Yep. The long-awaited animated Gorillas movie has been canceled by Netflix.
I know a few people were kind of upset about it. I know a friend was like,
Yeah,
fuck.
the new record came
Yeah.
out because co-creator Jamie Hewlett and I were often in Los Angeles. We were happy.
Yeah, but
Sad.
poor Damon Albarn. Poor Damon Albarn and them. Cracker Island was released, I think, Friday. Or it was released, when was it released? Third New Yorker? It was released, I think, last Friday. I don't know. Let's call it Cracker Island. It's got like guest stars like Tame Impala, Bad Bunny. It's in it. Stevie Nicks. Big Booty Brown. That sort of thing.
There is over 1,000 versions of Avatar: The Weight of Water.
Well, guess what? I'm only going to watch the one. I'm not going to watch any other version they put out.
According to the report, the number includes a large number of different aspect ratios as well as required to allow the movie to be played HDR, 2D, 3D, IMAX, and more, as well as that record dubbing and hard-coded subtitles for international markets.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy to think of?
Yeah. You right, pal? you got like a little, it sounds like a
Yeah, I
drink
had a
hiccup,
hiccup.
so I don't think you do.
Oh, dude, I'll get another drink. Arachnophobia remake is super close to starting production.
Is David Arquette going to be in it?
Who?
Well, he wasn't in Arachnophobia, was he? David Arquette?
No, that's Eight-Legged Freaks.
What oh yeah, and the Eight-Legged Freaks. Okay, Arachnophobia remake. Cool.
Arachnophobia, I believe. I know it was the one and only one of the great Five Johns, but was it Jeff Daniels? That's what I thought. I thought it was.
Well, John Goodman's in it too. John Goodman's in
I
it.
just said it was one of the top 5 Johns. Do you not listen to me when I talk?
Who's your favorite John comedian? I got mine already.
John comedian, John Mulaney.
Yeah, me too. All right,
Without a doubt.
Yeah. All right.
Kerry Washington and Delroy Lindo reunite in Hulu's Unprison. The show examines the macro and micro impacts of incarnation.
Incarceration.
Yeah, that's what I said. I probably should have said this early in the process, but at some point I said to them, look, there's only one person I want to play my dad, and it's Washington, explained. And that was Delroy Lindo. he's been one of my acting heroes for a long, long time, and he's one of the best. You know, anytime I see him in a movie, is always a good part.
He was really great in The Five Bloods.
Let's talk about it because everybody else in the world's talking about it, and I know we're seeing it next week. Let's talk about it.
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear has debuted on Rotten Tomatoes at 100%. It is at 100 right now.
I know, but there were 6 reviews on it when I checked this morning. They're all positive, but I was like, I mean,
Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear.
It just
the
looks
bear
like a
with
really
the
fun movie.
cocaine. I can't.
Just so you know, at the time this being recorded, it has fallen to 71%. But that doesn't change me from.
No, it's 100. And I don't give a fuck what you ever say.
Okay. All right.
Disney has announced its next live action movie based off of a cartoon movie.
What is it?
What do you think it is? I want you to guess.
Oh, man, I don't know. Princess and the Frog?
No, that's a good guess though. I mean, that's a really good guess.
What is
Lilo and Stitch is going to be coming. Its new live action. Doing the voice of Stitch is none other than Zach Galifianakis.
We'll be doing Stitch?
Yep.
That's pretty cool, actually. I'm interested to hear what that sounds like.
It'll be directed by Dean Fletcher Camp. And I mean, it's the story of Lilo and Stitch. You know, alien falls to Earth and lady gets her.
So it's been years since I've seen it. Stitch can't really talk, right? He just speaks gibberish, right?
Stitch looks like this. Is like Mohana means family. He has such a Mohana means family.
Okay, so he mixes in real words with gibberish, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Because he's the most intelligent experiment. Well, I mean, he's the second most intelligent experiment. He's 626. 627 is got all the powers of him, but all he wants to do is make a good sandwich.
Okay. All right. Well,
you never watched the cartoon series? Oh my god.
It's
anyway,
Lilo and Stitch. Like I've seen it once, but it's got like it's popular.
One of the best actors in the last 10 years came out. Mr. Rami Malek is the star in a CIA thriller from Slow Horses director James Howes. It's called Amateur. It's a CIA thriller set to be directed by James Howe, best known for Slow Horses, Black Mirror, and more like that. Let me see where the most recent draft of Amateur follows a CIY crypto. Sorry, I got a lot of indigestion from this beer.
What kind of beer is it?
It's the one made for that place I work for. Anyway, a CIA cryptophotographer who, after his wife is tragically killed in England, terrorist attack, demands his bosses go after them. When it becomes clear they won't act due to conflicting international priority, he blackmails the agency into training him and letting him go after them himself. Fucking love it. I'm down. I'm there all day. I'm there all day.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. And this guy is directed Races by Wolves, Snowpiercer, Black Mirror, Penny Dreadful. Yeah, you got me. Rami Malek, and a director that does that good work. I'm there all day. I'm there all day, bro. You got me. All right. You ready for a reboot?
Of course I am.
Ready for a reboot?
I'm ready for a reboot. I mean, like I never am ready for a reboot, but I guess give it to me.
We're getting an hard R comic book reboot of
Spawn.
No, we already know about Spawn. Spawn's being worked on. We know about that one.
Oh, what is it?
It's a reboot.
So is it okay?
This will be the third time this character gets movies.
So the last one's PG-13. The last one's hard R.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know.
Is it Punisher?
I will look it up right. I'll look that up, man. If it was Punisher, I'd be a lot happier than what I'm saying right now. Let's see. The last film was where was it?
When did it come out? When was the last film that came out? What was it?
2019.
Fuck, man, I don't know. Like, that's so recent though. That's like, to me, that's last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Is it a DC or Marvel character?
We
Neither.
reviewed the last one. We reviewed the 2019 one.
We must not like it that much.
We reviewed it.
Give me a clue. Give me a hint.
Yes, the one was the 2004 one. Let's see if that one was rated R. 2004 one was 13, and its sequel was PG-13 as well. So this movie has had a movie, a sequel, a reboot, and now this is a new reboot.
It's not Fantastic Four, right? Because that's the only one.
No, Fantastic Four is coming. We already know about Fantastic Four.
Is this a Marvel character, or is it like a DC, or is it neither? Is it like Image Comics or something?
It's DC, but it's their it's the Dark Horse Vertigo. I can't remember which one it is off top.
I don't know, man. You have to tell me because I can't. I'm not thinking about it right now.
It's Hellboy.
Oh, Hellboy. Man, I like
the director from Crank is in works with Millennium Films. The new film will see Hellboy as a rookie at the PBRD agent stranded in the 1950s. They discover a small community haunted by witches led by a local devil with a troubling connection to Hellboy's past, the Crooked Man. In the comic, the Crooked Man was an 18th century miser and war profiteer named Jeremiah Wickens, who has hanged his crimes yet returned from hell as Reen's resident devil.
All right, man. I mean, no David Harbour in this one. He's only
It sounds like it's a one-off. It sounds like it's a one-off. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I do like the idea of a village being controlled by witches. That sounds pretty dope. I can't imagine. I don't know, man. Like, I really like those Guillermo del Toro ones. Even if they are PG-13, I really enjoyed them. So I don't know. I missed Ron Perlman as Hellboy personally.
I know, but he's so old and he can't put that shit on.
I know,
bro.
he's too old.
I mean, let's just be honest. I love Ron Perlman too. Don't get
but
me
he
wrong.
apparently he would like go to hospitals dressed as Hellboy. That's how much he loved being Hellboy. So
Nicolas Cage headlining survival action thriller called Arcadian. In a post-apocalyptic and cerebral populated world, Paul, which is Nicolas Cage, and his twin teenage sons, Joseph and Thomas, have managed to claw out an existence, yet they live in constant fear until confronted by imminent danger. They must execute a desperate plan to survive. Cool. It's Nicolas Cage. We'll see it. Yeah. Ever since Mandy, you throw anything Nicolas Cage at us, we're good. We got it, bro. We're there. James Cameron is going to be making a film about Hiroshima before starting his Avatar 4, because Avatar 3's already wrapped filming.
Yeah.
So he's going to be doing Hiroshima, then going back to the Avatar to suck on that tit until it goes dry. Sleeping Dogs, featuring Russell Crowe, Karen Gillan. If you don't know, she's not Gamora. She's Nebula in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Starting a thriller, filming in Australia. In the wake of a cutting-edge Alzheimer's treatment, former homicide detective Roy Freeman is tasked with re-examining a brutal murder case from his past. The grisly murder of a college professor, intriguing to fight and regain his memory. Roy enlists his former partner to help him revive the investigation. Sounds great. I'm there. I like Russell Crowe. Like Karen Gillan. There'll be a commentary director's commentary available on Netflix coming up of Glass Onion, A Knives Out. So let me just see when the date is, because that's what we care about on this podcast. Where's the date? Doesn't even say. Next product. I keep returning in my mind to Glass Onion. It doesn't say the date. When the hell's the date?
We'll just check it out because I'll be watching that director commentary. I'm all about that kind of stuff.
Oh, as of today, it's actually a today thing.
Oh,
so you know what?
I might do
it's on there now. Everything Everywhere at Once props are going up for charity auction, including the hot dog fingers and butt plug trophies.
See, I wanted to go look at those, but I'm like, I'm not gonna be. I'm just be upset I can't buy them. That's
I
what I'm
want them.
gonna
The
be.
website, let's see, this was as of today. So the website starts on March 2nd at 12 p.m. Pacific time.
Well, that's me, an Oscar-winning movie.
It's at A24 Auctions website. I don't know, it doesn't say what it is, but it's A24's auction website. You need to go to that website and get you some stuff, bro. Because
Man,
you love
I
A24. I'm surprised you don't have A24 tattooed on your bald ass head. Like literally, like right here. A24.
I gotta say, man, that I'm pretty confident that I mean, it'd be a travesty if that doesn't win Best Picture. I'd be like, what the fuck? What kind of world do we live in? You know?
Yep. And so this just runs right into the next thing we're about to talk about. The Marvels have been delayed. It is now moving from July 28th to November 10th. And the Haunted Mansion reboot has moved from their slot to the July 28th slot to take over for the Marvels. So Haunted Mansion has come closer. The Marvels has moved farther. It's because they're refiguring things at Marvel and they're making less, but they want to make it better.
That's good, right? That's how it goes.
And last but not least, MCU has now added 2 more movies to its schedule slots. But we all knew they were coming. So here they are being announced. They don't have it on a time slot yet. They don't know exactly when it's coming out, but it's now on the slate. And that is both Eternals, the sequel, Eternals #2,
Right.
and Shang-Chi #2 as well.
That's not happening. Yeah, they gotta have
Which
those
we're going to
two.
talk about Shang-Chi in a little bit, especially in
Oh.
the spoiler part, because you
All right,
have
guys.
no idea how much this is it's all right here, bro. It's all connected.
All
It's
right.
all connected. That is the news. Let's get into it because you are about to get your fucking brain blown by everything I got to say to you. That was the movies that don't suck and some of them news. I told Chris a bunch of stuff. That's okay because now we're going to talk about the good stuff.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, directed by Peyton Reed.
Yeah.
Peyton Reed has directed such things as Ant-Man, the original Ant-Man and the Wasp. He's not too new to these Marvel movies, but he's Gross Point Blank he did the TV series of that, but he did the episode of Mandalorian, 2 episodes of that. He did Ant-Man and the Wasp, and now Ant-Man Quantumania. Written by Jeff Loveness and Jack Kirby, the late great Jack Kirby. This stars the always beautiful, always sexy Paul Rudd.
Sweetheart, listen to me. Listen to me. You are tripping your balls off.
So that's he plays Scott Lang. We got Evangeline Lilly, which we don't have. Plays Hope to 9. Michael Douglas is Dr. Hank Pym. Michelle Pfeiffer plays Janet Van Dyne.
Learning is the prize. Yeah. Knowing how to read something and understand it is.
We also have Catherine Newton as Cassie Lang.
Can I borrow the car?
No.
Bitch!
And Jonathan Major plays Kane the Conqueror.
Eons ago, before the TVA, a variant of myself lived on Earth in the 31st century.
Also stars Bill Murray as Lord Krylar, Katie M. O'Brien as Gentora. We got William Jackson Harper as Quaz, and David Malkin as Veb. I can't say that name. Randall Park shows up for a little bit as Jimmy Woo just for a second. And why don't you go ahead and read the storyline for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania?
When Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne, along with Hope's parents Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, and Scott's daughter Casey are accidentally sent to the quantum realm, they soon find themselves exploring the realm, interacting with strange new creatures.
So this movie to me seems like a stepping stone to Kang than an actual Ant-Man movie.
The animated movie? What animated movie?
No, I said Ant-Man movie. Like so this is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, but I think it doesn't excel at that part, but it does a great job of making Kang like setting up Kang. You know, like the movie itself was fine. I was entertained, but this is a a shadow of what we're gonna see when it comes to Kang, the character, the villain. You know, I I missed a few things that I wanted. This is a sequel. One of the things it's definitely missing for me is Michael Pinga's character. I wanted to see him go through a big giant line of like 3 paragraphs just going fast. That was not there.
Yeah. So
T.I.'s
you're missing the convicts from the first 2 movies.
Yeah, I'm missing the comedy too. This isn't as funny or as charming or as even quite as fun as I thought as the other movies. Now that being said, it's very creative. The quantum realm they go in, but it's definitely lower tier Marvel. It's not awful by any means. I was entertained the whole time, and Kang is definitely a cool villain. But other than that, I wasn't too thrilled with it. I was never bored. But I'll say that it's also only 2 hours long, which is great because I'm tired of 3 hour movies. You know, like for example, Black Panther 2 was 3.5 hours long. This one's not that. This is 2 hours long. 2 hours long. I liked it. It was fine. I was entertained, but to me, it felt like okay, this is a movie setting up Kang, and that's what it was to me. You can disagree with me all you want. This is to me is lower tier Marvel. It's not awful. It's not Fantastic Four, but it's fine. That's what I thought. It was fine.
Lower tier Marvel.
Yeah. Now I'm saying though, the Kang is a great villain. And I can't wait to see more of Kang. But to me, this is not like this is we have it's like right here's the middle. So Marvel. Let's say Endgame is here, right? And let's say that. Okay, what's your least favorite Marvel movie?
What?
What's your least favorite Marvel movie?
Thor: Dark World.
Okay. So here's the Endgame. Here's the Dark Horse, and right here is Ant-Man.
No, so it's a mid tier, not a low tier.
Okay, sorry, mid tier.
Dick. All right, I was gonna say, how is this a low tier, bro? What the hell's wrong with you? Don't you watch anything or read anything or like history? I thought you liked books about fantasy and things that deep dive into things that you
right.
Will
But to me,
fully
this felt like
learn.
more like an Instruction to King than an Ant-Man movie.
It wasn't. The Instruction to King was in Loki.
I said movie. Okay.
This movie didn't.
By the way, when
this movie didn't even give you that much of King. It didn't even give you that much.
I know.
You know why?
Because King is a crazy villain character. Like he's gonna be the Kang Dynasty. He's a villain, but this was the introduction.
Originally in the comics, Kang is a character that comes back a lot, and basically, Kang can be anybody, can be anything, can be anywhere at any time, all the time, anytime. He can be everywhere. He can be everyone, everywhere at all the same time.
Okay, but
Kang is the reason the word multiverse exists.
But listen, I'm not saying that's not valid. It's just that this is for people who aren't super fans of Marvel, that didn't watch Loki, didn't watch WandaVision. People who are just seeing the movies. This is their first introduction to Kang.
Yeah, and it's very Wizard of the Oz. So you hate Wizard of the Oz, so it's fine. So I
don't hate
understand
Wizard
that
of
you
Oz.
hate it. Yeah, you do. You tell me all the time you hated that movie.
No, Neil, you just understand that just because I don't rate this as high as you do or going to rate it doesn't mean I dislike the movie.
No, I get it. You don't like Wizard of the Oz, so you wouldn't
I'm
understand
fine with Wizard of Oz.
because it's 4 people put into a weird situation where they have to go against an evil wizard trying to get back home.
Okay, so who's the witch in this situation?
The same person.
Okay, so it's a little bit different. Who's missing
It's
the
a
heart
little
in
bit
this
different,
one?
but that's exactly what it is.
Who's missing or who's needs the courage? I guess Cassie needs the courage in this, right?
Cassie gets the courage. Janet obviously didn't have a heart because she didn't tell people shit.
Fuck, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, hold on. We'll get into that.
Scott doesn't have a brain, so I guess
it's a fun movie. Okay, it's a fun movie, but to me, when it comes to the first Ant-Man, not near as good as the first one. Second one was, but the first Ant-Man is really fun. This one isn't quite as fun, but it is exposing.
See, this is the problem now. This is the problem with comic book movies, all right? Because now they're making comic book movies for people that actually read comics and not people that are bullshit people that only watch the movies. This is
yeah.
stuff that is for people that actually like things that have lore, history, background, that actually like to dig deeper into their media and not just go flash watch something. So I get that people
So
that don't know how to like deep dive.
Neil is attacking me right now, just so you know.
No. I'm attacking all people that have been negative reviewing this. Like literally, for people that don't like lore, you're not gonna like this. Just like people who didn't like Lord of the Rings because it's too much lore. I get you. You just can't handle reading something for more than 5 seconds. TikTok exists.
Right there, you said for more than 5 seconds, but the Marvel has probably 40 characters you're supposed to follow now, and that's a lot of stuff to do, and not everyone has the has this room in their heart for that many characters. Like, and that's fine, man. Like you can say that if you're gonna see this movie, that's fine, but you can't say that this movie isn't for everyone.
No, I'm just saying that this movie, what if you go in there and you're not deep diving into it, you're going to have a good time. The characters, you find a relationship between a father and a daughter that builds. You find the relationship between a mother and a daughter that builds. You find a heroic spot where a guy who's never been the savior of any one of those movies becomes the savior of this movie, of Ant-Man 1 or 2. Then you have, you know, like there's so many parts in this movie that actually, and the villain himself is actually just trying to save reality.
He's Thanos. He has a point. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Marvel, because
all good villains have a side to where I kind of get where they're coming from.
I get where they're coming from, and Kang being one of the best villains ever in cinematic history, literally has the best point of all. Like, he is just like, hey, you guys fucked this up. I need to correct it because you fucked it up.
All right, man. Do you want? So I don't want to give too much of a Quantumania away, because Neil has a lot to say about it. We're an hour and 10 minutes in, and Neil's gonna be talking a lot about Easter eggs, and we want to talk about the plot itself. Since Marvel movies are all about exposition, and no one wants to give anything away, me and Neil aren't those people anymore. First 30 episodes, we are like, let's just talk about it. No,
No.
I'm gonna give my score. Neil's gonna give his score. He's gonna get through it, and we'll have a score, and then we'll see it next week. And then Neil's gonna hit the spoiler timer. We'll give you time to get off your bike, or pull out your earbuds, or just click out the video, and then we're gonna talk all spoilers about this movie. Neil, why don't you go ahead and get some quotes, and we'll get to.
Damn, where did I start? I gotta see where I started. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Spider-Man. It's a pretty cool world. Glad I saved it. A guy dressed like a bee tried to kill me when I was 6. I will never have a normal life. I wouldn't fight Captain America. I'm not insane. I didn't have any light at all. So like I'm trying to read some
Oh yeah,
piece.
sure.
Like I was with my wife and there's a pretty crowded theater. We love camping. We've never been camping. Yeah, but we always talked about it.
Yeah.
It's a secret universe beneath ours. Drink the ooze. Drink the ooze. Drink the ooze. Holy shit, that guy looks like broccoli. Is that building alive? Yeah. Are yours dead? You left all of us with him. Man, I'm sorry. My handwriting is really sloppy, so you're going to have to edit some of this.
Yeah, that's no problem. I can do that.
I created so much here. you can imagine, and it was all for him. When I felt it, I saw into his mind and what he has done. Universes gone like they never even existed. Gosh, I can't even read any of my handwriting. You're out of your league there, Ant-Man. Wait a minute. Have I killed you before? Are you the one with the hammer? Well, hell, if it ain't my old mentor, I've lost you. I've lost, and you have no idea. I've lost, and you have no idea what I've lost. History is not written, it is forgotten. Your dad's not here, but that's not a big surprise. I have holes. Do you have holes?
I have 5.
Nice. It's never too late not to be a dick. You know, Scott, you're always a brother to me. That's the first cake I've made since 1997. And that's all I got. Some of them are so messy, I couldn't even read what words I wrote, bro. I'm not
All right,
even lying.
what's the score on this?
Man, the first movie of Phase 5, I'm literally, because this is the first movie of Phase 5. So all those other movies don't exist. This is the beginning of the next phase. I have to give it a 4.2, man, just because
Are you shitting me, really?
Yeah, dude, I love what they did with a character that I just not ever think would be on the big screen.
Okay, fine.
And I mean, not just one, there's 2 characters they put in this fucking movie that I did not think would ever be in a Marvel movie. Me and my wife laughed, we cried, we had a good time.
What did you cry at?
When somebody died. Like literally, like it was a sad moment.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Your 4.2, mine's a 3.5.
Nice.
I'm saying, like, if I'm looking at this as a standalone movie, separate from all the war, separate from anything that's coming next, it's a 3.5. But if this is setting up Kang, which it's going to, Kang is the best part of this movie, in my opinion. The best part. I'm gonna give it like a 3.7. But to me, it wasn't. It was mid-tier Marvel. It's not the.
So if Harry Potter,
Oh my
Deathly Hallows
God.
Part 1, Deathly Hallows Part 1, that's a standalone movie, not with any
This
of
is
the
not
other.
this is not like a sequel to. I mean, they're saying Kang.
It is
This
a sequel. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay,
It's
so-
Ant-Man 3.
Okay, no, but I know, but this is a whole different story. But they're saying Kang. To me, this movie is a set of Kang. It was.
That's 30 other movies, 5 TV shows set up.
Yeah, but you're not changing my score. Like this movie was okay. It was fine. But my score is
I get it. Like when you watch Return of the King and you don't watch any of the other Lord of the Rings, or when you watch Star Wars Return of the Jedi and not anything else, or Attack of the Clones but not anything else.
Yeah, what's the audience score for this movie on RottenTomatoes.com?
It has to be 75 at least.
84%.
Yeah, I knew it'd be higher. Damn.
And what's the critic score for this?
Critics is probably like 20%. They hate comic book movies.
It's a 49%. It's not 20%.
Yeah. They hate comic book
Here's
movies.
their consensus.
Oh, their consensus. I bet they all read comics.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania mostly lacks the spark of fun that elevated earlier adventures, but Jonathan Majors King is a thrilling villain poised to alter the course of the MCU.
Yeah.
They kind of nailed it for me, honestly.
Yeah.
But I didn't give it as low as they did. But like I said, Kang is pretty fucking cool. But I didn't think it was. I didn't feel as fun as the other Ant-Man movies personally. So.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
All right, I think we're ready to spoil this thing. So why don't you
What?
Except the spoiler part where he spoiled it.
All right. Everybody, we are now going to the spoiler alert time of this film. That's right. We're going to be spoiling. We're going to put it everywhere so you realize we are spoiling the hell out of this movie. You have a total.
I'll play a
Go
little bit
ahead.
of song. I'll play a little bit of the outro so people can get out of here if they need to.
Oh, the next movies we're going to be doing is Cocaine Bear and whatever we find online.
Yep.
All right. So what was I doing?
We're talking about spoilers of this movie. So would you cry?
All right.
Did you cry? Did you cry?
Let's start at the beginning.
Fine.
Let's do it. Yes, I cried when MODOK cried.
Really?
Because
Really?
MODOK is one of my favorite characters ever. If you
Okay.
don't know, he has a TV show on Hulu where it's played by Patton Oswalt. Great comedy show. It's like Robot Chicken would be my best way to compare to that, but stuff. Now, you can obviously tell that Rick and Morty stole a lot of shit from the Ant-Man or the Kang Dynasty stuff.
Didn't they have a writer from Rick and Morty in this? Do you help with this one?
Yes, he actually did write. And one of the things he did was a thing called the Council of Ricks, and the movie and the TV show Rick and Morty, which was 100% stolen from did I put it anywhere? Here, 1 second. Grab it real quick. Well, come on. Thank you. Let's see here. Yep, there it is. There it is. Boom. The Council of Kangs. This came out in 1977, by the way, people. 1977 was when that came out. So just to tell you that most of the stuff from Rick and Morty got stolen straight from King. Now, questions away. Let me hear your questions before I give you information.
So, did Kang originally show up in Ant-Man comics, or is he something separate?
Kane's first appearance was, where is he at? Boom. Kane's first appearance was in of Fantastic Four number 19 in October of 1963 as Rama Tut. He was Pharaoh Rama Tut. He was a time traveler. Now, here's the thing about him. He is the far descendant, because he's from the 31st century, of Reed Richards, the leader of the Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
And one of their first, literally, Fantastic Four number 19, the 19th episode ever, comic book ever, of fucking Fantastic Four was against this guy, Rama Tut. Then he came back years later as King the Conqueror against Avengers in what is that? Number 8 of the Avengers. So one of the first villains as King the Conqueror. So what happened was Rama Tut, he found a time traveling device done by Dr. Doom, and he took it from he made it better and took the armor that he made. That's all just armor. He's just a normal human guy. He's just normal. He has no powers except for being super smart. Like, that's it. Like, he's wearing a suit, just can do shit. And he went all the way back to Pharaoh time because he's like, I'm going to conquer the fucking goddamn planet. And what he took was a spaceship, which was shaped like the Sphinx. And that's how the Sphinx ended up in Egypt. That's how that happened. And that's how the world's never been able to explain how that popped up in Egypt. That's what Marvel's answer, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's answer was for that.
Okay, so where does this King come in? Like, this King is obviously from a different phase of the comic book. So, like, where does this King come in?
Number 6, 1964.
Okay, so okay.
And his name is Nathaniel Richards, Reed Richards' son, descendant or whatever. And this king pops up everywhere. I mean, there's a king, there's a king, there's a king, here's another king. This is the Scarlet Centurion. That was a king. At the end, the post-credit scene, here he is, Victor Timely. That's king. Like, he has been popping up for literally decades, and they don't know if it's him or not until this is the ultimate Kane. This is what's his name? Immortius. This is Immortius. And Immortius is the know all of all the kings. He's the leader of the bunch. In fact, you see him in that final scene when they're at the Council of Kings. The three that you see,
Yeah.
And that's why I downloaded all their pictures. The three that you see is, you see the Tut in the corner.
Mhm.
Then you see Centurio. That's Centurio with the holding the hourglass. And then you see Immortius all right there figuring out what to do next.
Okay. So the Quantumania, is that based on any of the comic books that is that storyline based?
Yes. So Quantumania is basically what they did is that there's and you can find these comic books anywhere. There's a group called the Micronauts. And what it is called the micro universe, and Reed Richards was the one that discovered it. And he's the one that discovered all that stuff. But since Reed Richards doesn't exist yet in MCU, they had to go a different way. Just like time travel, just like, what was other ways that they had to go because they didn't own the rights to stuff yet. They couldn't say mutant, forever because Fox still owned it. But yeah, it's originally called the Microverse. And so, but that's what the Quantumania has become.
Okay, so is there storyline directly from that, or is it just changed up for the movie?
It's changed up. It's completion of the King Dynasty, which is a comic book. There is also Secret Wars, which is from 2015. That's going to be the next. That's the King Dynasty to Secret Wars. King Dynasty. Okay. In the comic books, I'm not saying this is what's happening in the fucking movies, but in the comic books, the King Dynasty basically turns on itself, just like it said in the Loki show, where timelines are now combining each other. Insertions, which you heard from the Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. Insurgents are timelines fighting each other, trying to get rid of each other, trying to get rid of each other, trying to get rid of each other. And they fight where either both of them are gone or just one of them survive. So Kane start following on into each other. And Kane the Conqueror finally goes, hey, dude, I don't know what the hell to do. And grabs the heroes from Earth 616 to come fix it.
Okay. What in your eyes? Well, this is a prediction from Neil. Who are the Avengers going to be in the King Dynasty?
I have no idea, dude. I've been contemplating this for like the last 48 hours, dude. Like, I know we got Captain America,
Yeah.
Falcon Captain America. We have the Hulk. We have we have Hawkeye. We have
Ant-Man.
Scarlet Witch is still around. She's now good again. Ant-Man, Doctor Strange is around. Spider-Man still around. They still remember Spider-Man's the Avenger. They just don't remember he's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
But we also have the Thunderbolts coming in too.
What
Then
the
you got
Eternals?
the Eternals
Yeah.
and Shang-Chi, who Shang-Chi was an Avenger at one point. So
you're kind of curious about who the next group of Avengers are going to be.
Yeah,
Thor,
I know.
right?
Thor can be back in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a wonder. So I do need you to explain something. So Michelle Pfeiffer, was she in Ant-Man 2? She was in Ant-Man 2, right?
Yeah, Ant-Man and Wasp. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was gone for 30 years in the quantum
Yes.
realm. Did she age? I totally forgot about this. She aged while she was there, right? 30 years.
Yes.
Now, real quick. So I thought time worked different in the quantum realm. You know, because you're fucking what it was Ant-Man was in there for like a couple for 5 years, but it felt like a couple minutes for him, right?
Yeah, it just matters what part of level of the quantum realm you're on. That's what they didn't describe the best, but they like in the quantum realm where they met Janet to grab her, get her the hell out of there. That was like that'd be like you being on the edge of the Milky Way galaxy, like right outside the Milky Way, saying, "Hey, man, I'm over here. Come pick me up." So people on Earth don't know I was ever here. You know, that's how far away that is.
Okay. The ants, were they
The
a part
ants.
of the giant ants? The
No, that's
basic,
that was all MCU doing MCU.
just doing whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, was the goo monster a part of it? That seems
Oh,
like
the one that wanted the holes?
yeah. That seems a
Yeah, no,
very
I've
Rick
never
and
seen that before.
that seems like a very
I've
Rick and
looked
Morty
so much.
thing.
You know how many things I looked up trying to find out who the hell that is? I have no idea. I had fun with it though. I love the goo monster.
Quaz was part of it, though, right? Quaz was a
Yeah,
yeah
and so is
Marvel
Sunhead
character.
too.
Okay. Poor Sunhead.
I know, right? I was very upset about that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go over some things I did write down so people have some information.
Okay. Keep going.
If you notice, everything is circles with the technology, which then leads back to the 10 rings of Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
the bangles that Miss Marvel has in the Miss Marvel universe. Also, all technology of the Eternals that the Eternals have is all with circles as well. So that is going to go back to that Kang is probably the guy who created all of this technology that's been seen in part of phase 4 into the phase 5.
So no more Stark Industries.
No, Stark's dead, dude. He died. Let's see. Of course, the book Looking Out for the Little Guy. We first got wind of that in Wakanda Forever. It was on the news. Jimmy Woo eating lunch with him because they, had that weird thing in Ant-Man and
Yeah.
Wasp. Like,
Yeah.
you want to get dinner? Do you I got something to do. I got nothing to
Yeah.
do. Casey, who's Ant-Man's daughter, is a superhero in the comic books. Her name's Stinger, which her suit matches the Stinger costume. Let's see. The audiobook was telling the story of Smart Hulk turning him into a baby. The pizza being made big was a nod to Back to the Future because if you remember, Ant-Man in Endgame was the one that says, so Back to the Future is all a big lie. Well, shit. So they're giving another nod. Now, MODOK, aka Darren, he was the villain that got shrunk into the quantum verse, weird like, which only his head was big and his body parts were wrong. Well, MODOK in the comics is not that. MODOK was a scientist named George Tartolini who worked for AIM, which is Advanced Idea Mechanics. That's like the evil version of Hydra or Shield or whatever.
Can I interject with a question?
Mhm.
Is there more things about Lord Krylar?
About who?
Lord Krylar, Bill Murray's character.
Oh, Lord Carler. Yes, I do have a
Yeah,
whole segment
okay.
on him.
Yeah, cool.
Actually, it's the next one underneath MODOK.
Awesome.
So,
Great.
yeah. So anyway, he was tortured. MODOK was tortured by AIM, which then made him like that with the big head, small body. And originally, MODOK was mechanized organism designed only for computing. And then MODOK overthrew AIM, became their leader, and that's when he became the mechanism organism designed only for killing. So I think that's cool. Like I said, I got it right here. A quantum realm is designed after the microverse in the comics. Writer Jeff Loveness from Rick and Morty is one of the writers. The ooze thing is based off of the Babel fish from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. If you remember that. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Lord Kylar, aka Bill Murray, was a character that lives in the microverse. Now, the Micronauts and stuff like that. First appearance was Hulk issue 156 in 1972. Now, just like Kylar in this movie, you get introduced to him and you're like, oh, this is going to be an important character. They leave all like 4 or 5 pages of fucking dialogue with this guy. And you're like, this guy's going to be really important. And then the next page, what do?
They kill him.
They kill him, just like they did in this movie. And in the microverse, he had been conquered by an evil dictator. Kylar is the servant of that evil dictator, and he dies just like he does in the movie by the thing, an alien thing that he was eating or whatever. The dictator was taken down by a rebellion, just like in this movie, in that Hulk movie of the microverse, or the Hulk comic of the multiverse. And the woman's name that led that rebellion in the Hulk comic was Jarillo, similar to the lady's name in this, which was Jantaro. So obviously they're stealing from that. Ship controlled by arms seems to be like how all the ships drive in space. Like Thanos' arm was the same way. Remember Peter Parker and Iron Man, you got to act like you're a big guy. The line, you are playing with time like children, which leads to the interdimensional war, was actually a line they took out of the Council of Ricks.
Yeah.
From Rick and Morty. I thought that was really cool. The power of the rings in Shang-Chi went from orange to blue when a player put them on, just like the blue energy blast.
Oh, okay.
A Kang. Right. The perfect circle timeline is exactly a line directly out of the 2015 Secret Wars comic books. At one point in the movie, they talk about Shangri-La's cat. Do you know that theory?
Schrodinger's cat. Yeah. I know Schrodinger's cat is.
What's that theory for all the listeners?
And it's kind of hard to explain because I just know that
I wrote it perfectly. So here,
okay, yeah,
it's a mathematical thought experiment. If a cat is fed poison and then sealed in a box, and you can never see it again, that cat has an equal probability of being alive or dead, in the sense that the cat is alive and dead at the same time.
Yep.
I love that theory. It was a theory I loved many, many years. This Dynasty of Kang is the next thing. Kang crushes the Ant-Man mask with his boot, aka just like Nick Fury, Ant meets boot. Yeah. Originally, Scott and Hope were going to be stuck in the quantum realm, but they rewrote the script to bring them out of the quantum realm. Now, that's all the little. I've jumped over some stuff because I see that we're getting a little long.
Okay, can you explain to me Kang's scar on his face?
Oh shit! I actually had that and I passed it here.
Was it from his cat?
No, it's not from his cat. I think it's in the. Here, give me a second. I'm just trying to read. I got so many paragraphs. Okay. The scars were originally war paint that was worn since when he met the prehistoric. I didn't even talk about this girl, and we need to because I'm sure she's coming back. All right, her name is Rhonda Renslayer, and
that's the girl that was the girl that if they didn't have her, they would have gotten Gina Rodriguez to do.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, Rhonda Renslayer was in Loki. She was the one at the end that like she was leading the to TVA.
Yeah.
Well, Renslayer is Kang's love across all the universe. He actually in the comic books took her essence and threw it across the entire timeline so he can run into her and save her in different timelines, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. The first time they meet was she was a prehistoric person and she wore war paint and she put the war paint on his eyes that made the two lines. And that's what those scars represent, as that war paint that he put on his eyes.
Good question. Why was he trying to take Janet with him at the end? The King was trying to take Janet to back to the time machine. Why didn't he kill Janet? Why did he keep her around?
Probably because she was smarter than everybody. Like
Okay.
she did help him rebuild his machine, or try to I mean, she did help him rebuild that machine and then take it away from him.
Why didn't he kill? I mean, he had so many times the chance to kill Scott and Cassie, and why didn't he do that?
Because it's comic books, dude.
Okay, all right, all right.
Why does the bad guy always explain their big fucking luscious plan and then fuck up and let the hero go?
Yeah,
you know. All right, so post credits. Let's talk about this, and then we're out of here.
Yeah.
And then you can go, not be annoyed by me and my knowledge. But anyway, first thing you see are blue squares. Everybody keeps popping out of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like Reed Richards in Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. Right.
Right.
Those are the time. That is the time jump. And how to get from one place across universes that was designed by Doctor Doom in the comic books.
When's Doctor Doom going to show up, by the way?
It has to be Fantastic Four. He has to.
Okay, all right.
Because to be honest, like King the Conqueror and Doctor Doom love each other and hate each other at the same time. Like they've been like, hey, we're gonna partner together, and then one of them screws the other one over.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
So I guess.
Now, the Council of Kings is obviously now sitting in the Citadel, which was at the end of Loki, which was the end of time.
Yeah.
So nobody can detect where they're at. The Council of Kings came from the Avengers comic book 292, which they said it was in limbo in the comics, but you know. Pharaoh Ramatut was teased in the Moon Knight show. That was the one standing on the left. The cyborg looking one is the Scarlet Satyrian, who becomes who King becomes after the final Fantastic Four kicks him out of ancient Egypt. And also his son became him at one point. And Immortus was the older version of King, who's manipulating the entire council. It will all this will continue in the season 2 of Loki. That's what that scene was, just like when we saw the scene of Civil War at the end of Winter Soldier. King, the King variant, Victor Timely in the comics, went back to hide from the Avengers to become an inventor and scientist. He forms a new Chronopolis, which is a floating city called King City, inside the city of Timely, Wisconsin in the early 1900s. He found a robotic corporation that forms the entire century he posed and he possessed, and he posed as his own son and grandson, saying that the father died when the other one was born. This gives the notion that because Morpheus, aka Owen Wilson, lost his memory in Loki season 1, that in season 2 he'll be trying to convince Morpheus that King is the real threat.
Are you saying Morbius or Morpheus?
Morpheus.
Morbius. Okay.
Morbius.
That's Morbius with a B.
Yeah.
It's Morbin time. That guy.
Yeah, it's Owen Wilson. It's Owen Wilson's character in Loki.
Okay.
Now, this is the thing that everybody needs to realize, and this is it. They can do anything with King because King is everywhere, all at once, everywhere, all the time. And on top of that, bottom line is this. In the comic books, literally, he was getting defeated by the Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, all them and stuff like that. And they're like, we don't understand why you keep popping up, because guess what, dude? We're just going to kick your ass every time you show up.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but soon you're going to be dead. And I control all of time. And
Right.
then when you're dead, all I'm doing is making it easier for me to conquer the world after you guys are all dead.
So how do you defeat something like that?
You don't. He's never ending. That's what I'm saying.
So what,
He's a bigger threat than anybody that's been in the Marvel universe so far.
So
period.
But they're gonna have to figure out a way to defeat him. That's the way the movies work. They're not gonna have Kang survive.
I mean, like, where do you go after Kang? Where do you go?
Jesus Christ, obviously.
All right. On that note, we're out. That's the end of the spoiler alerts. I gave you. There's much more I have, but I'm not gonna get you guys all in that. I love this character. It's a good character. Thank you guys for all sticking around for the spoiler alert part.
Yeah. So again, like we said, we'll be watching Cocaine Bear next week. We'll talk about that, and we'll find another streaming pick for us on that one. You can find us online at moviesonstuff.net. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/moviesonstuff podcast, or wtmnet.com. Go there, search our name. Also, download a bunch of other cool shit they got going on there. They do a game podcast, they do music podcasts, and of course, they do movie podcasts. And other kinds of stuff, all kinds of articles and stuff too. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter, MTS Pod. We're on the Instagram at MTS Pod. Where if you guys want to send us an old-fashioned email, it's info@moviesonstuff.net or moviesonstuffpodcast@gmail.com. If you guys want to give us some money, look at the top left-hand side of the screen, and you give us human money to help keep our bellies full. Patreon.com/moviesonstuff. Go to bonfire.com and search Movies Don't Suck. Some of you guys on merch. If you guys watch this on YouTube, go and subscribe. If you guys watch us on Facebook, go like that page and subscribe to us everywhere you're listening to us. And where you find podcasts, find movies that don't suck and some that do.
Yeah, what's up?
What do you do for small businesses?
Oh, we do something for businesses. Yeah. If you got a small business, or you got a friend that has a small business, or you got hundreds of friends that have small businesses, send me that information. I want to promote them right here on this podcast for our thousands and thousands of listeners, our millions of followers.
Oh my God.
Wow, that was bad. I don't know what that happened.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was
gasping
bad.
for her.
Yeah, gasping for her. I died there. Woo. But anyway, send us your information. We'll be more than happy to help them out, because that's just the way it is.
It is.
That's another episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some That Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And remember, no matter how sharp that your brain gets while you're out there in the world, remember, you mean nothing because King is the conqueror. Have a good night. Thank you guys for all sticking around. Man, I mean, we went only about 20 minutes over what we normally do, but I mean, when it comes to comic book movies, it's going to happen every single time.
Yep.
Can't wait to Miss Marvel and all that stuff. Next week, Cocaine Bear for sure. I know.
Yeah.
Do you know what the other movie is? Do you got one yet?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out next day or two, but Cocaine Bear for sure. And if you haven't played the Cocaine Bear game, look up Cocaine Bear.
I played it for like 30 minutes last night, by the way.
Yeah, dude, I played it today. I love Cocaine Bear. You can play it on your phone. You can play it on on your computer. Literally do Cocaine Bear, the movie, the game. Oh my God, it is fun as shit. I got all the way up to level 11. Which one did you get up to?
Level 6, and I had to do something else. So.
Okay. Well, thank you guys very much. Appreciate you guys all being here. I saw people from Kansas City were in here. We appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. We love you. Chris will